Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is once again Driving to the Top Productions Open Mic Night. My name is Big Rich, and starting out small but mighty tonight. I'm sure we'll have a bunch of the guys join us as the show goes on. But for right now, to my immediate left on your screen, it is Dylan. Dylan, what are you doing, buddy?
I'm licking my wounds over our trip to London this week.
Yeah, Matt Stafford made y'all look pretty bad, but Travis Hunter looked good.
Yeah, finally got a touchdown.
Yeah. And directly below us, that is Ken, the Bear fan, who's got to be pretty happy. 4 in a row for the fingernail painted quarterback.
You know, look, I'm happy, and you know what makes me? I love the way this is the first 2-score win we've had of the year. Or actually, maybe is it the first 2-score win? Well, it doesn't matter. The last two were nailed
Cowboys by 2 scores.
Yeah, 2 scores. Yeah, since the Cowboys game, so it was nice. It was nice to get an easier win, I should say. You know, not like, oh my God, do we have to block something or get a last-minute field goal? That was nice. I was happy with that. And you know what else made me happy? That the run game for 2 weeks in a row really carried this team. The first 2 wins, the throwing game carried this team. This time it was a run game. If we ever put them both together, look out.
Well, you and I talked about this a couple weeks ago, I think, that I said if DeAndre Swift would become DeAndre Swift of 2 years ago, that he could cause some major damage. Well, that's what he's doing. He's not last year. Last year he was This year, DeAndre Swift is playing the way DeAndre Swift can, and the results are there, and it's definitely taken a lot of the load off of Caleb.
There you go, Dylan.
Or Ryan, as we're calling.
That looks good on you, Dylan. Look at Dylan's picture.
I see it.
Yeah, I mean, look at you know, the last 2 weeks they've actually gotten push on the offensive line. They've made some creases. They've opened some holes. You know, they're actually doing some things. So, I mean, it's getting there. But the passing game was obviously not in sync this week for Chicago. If they get the passing game and the running game in sync, man. And the defense, 4 more takeaways. I mean, leading the NFL in takeaways.
Yeah. Yeah. And surprisingly enough, you know who's right there with them and ended up losing the game with 4 turnovers last night was Houston. And they're right there with Chicago in takeaways. Adam has joined us directly below me on the screen here.
What's happening?
Guy?
Sorry, my dog having some stomach issues, we'll call it.
That's no fun.
No, not at all.
No fun.
Not at all, especially when you go to work. But anyway, what's going on, guys? How are we all doing?
We're doing all right. We're just talking about the DeAndre Swift of 2 years ago that is showing its face now for the Bears, and how it's taking some of the load off of Caleb and the defense of the Bears and all that kind of thing. The Bears are playing well right now. We'll see how it is 10 weeks from now. I think some of these teams that we're seeing off to a really hot start are going to cool off dramatically between now and week 17.
Yeah, we saw it on Thursday night.
Yeah.
We saw it on Thursday night.
Yeah, well, I mean, if there is one, let's be perfectly honest. If there's one quarterback in the NFL that knows the Steelers,
it's Joe Flacco.
He's only played them 2 seasons worth of games. He knows that team forwards and backwards. So, I mean, yes, the defense did not play well. Jamar Chase was Jamar Chase. But Joe, having Flacco back there, like we have talked, all of us have talked about here on this show a number of times, Flacco will be fine for a while. Let's see what he's doing 10, 12, 14 weeks from now. And is his arm going to hold up? Is he going to hold up with that O-line? Because that O-line is still not any good. You know, we'll see what happens. I always look at the Steelers' schedule as a split in the division, Adam. I don't know about you. I always look at it as a split in the division going 3-3. win the ones at home, lose the ones on the road. So I'm not losing my mind over being 4, which is, by the way, the same place we were last year, was 4-2 at this point.
I've got a question.
Yeah,
I
with
mean,
Justin Fields.
Right.
I've got a
What you
question.
got doing?
I mean, is there a chance the Bengals could get back in the playoff hunt with Joe Flacco in the center and maybe hold down the full?
I
Absolutely.
don't think so. I don't think Flacco is gonna perform to the high level for 14 more games or 13 more games or 11 more games. I'm sorry. I don't think he can do that. Do you guys?
No, I mean Flacco. They're better with Flacco, right? Not that now that he's there, it gives them a little more fight, I guess we could say.
I mean,
Here's one problem right here. Here's one problem right here. The Bengals have elite receivers and nothing else.
Chase Brown.
The only thing they have that's elite outside of Trey Hendrickson.
They're gonna look at their run game's decent, but we saw Flacco now. He learned from his Browns that hey, my body can't do what my brain tells it. He's made the adjustment, and with elite receivers, he's just got to put it in the area. Whereas if you put in the area with the Browns, nothing happening. Puts in the area with Jamar Chase, something happens. They are now a tougher out for teams like the Bears because after the Burrow injury, I was like, oh, Bears, no problem. Now I'm like, crap. Now we got a game. Because you got to account for those two wide receivers. Because look, they can kill you. And if Flacco's a good enough quarterback, he can still kill you with those two guys. Now, look at the problem that they have is Trey Hendrickson is still out. So as long as he's out, these games become a lot harder for them. It's a double whammy. And they're going to get Burrow now, maybe late December. So really, it depends on these next 3 or 4 games. But, I don't know who they play this week, but then they get the Bears. They get the Jets. It's a win. Then I think they get my Bears after that. That might be an L for them.
A rematch with the Steelers at Acrisure. Then they've got the Patriots at the Ravens at the Bills. So that's a 5-game stretch there. Bears.
That one game is probably
Bills.
Yeah.
They may not win a game out of those 5.
I mean, okay, maybe they beat the Jets because they're just. I feel sorry. The Jets are in.
I wasn't counting the Jets.
Okay.
They'll beat.
Yeah, after the Jets game, they might go 0-4 and.
Bears, Steelers, Patriots, at Ravens, Bills, home against the Ravens.
Ravens.
That's 6 losses in a row, conceivably.
Ravens is a game I think they have the most hope on, depending on what's up with Lamar and the injuries on defense. But yeah, I mean, honestly, it was a smart move to get Flacco. It was a smart move. I'll give them credit. And they had a great game against Green Bay, and they showed you that you have to respect these guys because he's got receivers, and he just needs to be somewhat close. And Flacco's good enough of a quarterback. They're going to do some damage. But are they going to win a lot of games? They might not win any games. At least it'll be more competitive. It's something better for the fans to see than what they were seeing. And I think what gave them false hope on this was the Vikings game. Because of how close they made that Vikings game, gave them a little false hopium, right? And now I said, we'll make the Flacco trade. Now we'll win some games. No, you're still going to lose games. They're just going to be more entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, I really honestly don't see Cincinnati as a threat. The only threat that I see in that division to what the Steelers are doing is Baltimore if Lamar comes back as Lamar and if that defense gets their crap together. Because the only defense right now that's worse than Baltimore is Dallas. And
Dallas is getting better.
They both suck out loud.
Dallas is going to get Max Crosby, Andy.
Well, Dallas is getting better. Dallas is definitely getting better.
And by the way, Dallas is not getting Max Crosby because the Cowboys could have just kept Micah Parsons, but that's a story for another day.
Oh, and the Raiders have already said, and this is from Tom Pelissero, that they've told Max Crosby, we're not even shopping you. The Cowboys.
Is that what that group meeting was today, Rich?
Sir?
Is that what that group meeting was today with Crosby?
Yes. But the Cowboys, as they sit right now, are about to enter a tough. They've got an easy clip, and then they go to the tough part. They've got the Broncos this week in Denver. Then they got the Cardinals and the Raiders. Those are both wins, and they're going to beat the brakes off both of those teams. Then they get to the tough part of the schedule: Eagles, Chiefs, Lions, Vikings, Chargers, Commanders, Giants. That is where we're going to see the real slide of the Cowboys. Because when you look at, okay, they'll probably lose to Denver, to be honest with you, and then they'll beat the Cardinals and they'll beat the Raiders, but they'll figure out a way to screw one of those up.
The Cowboys have a little bit better kicker than the Giants, though.
Oh, gosh.
The Cowboys have the best kicker in football. I'll give you that one. There's no question about it. Brandon Aubrey is the best kicker in football, and I'll say that right now.
What's their schedule again?
At Denver.
The Cowboys? They play at Denver this week.
Okay.
They've got the Cardinals at home and at the Raiders. Then the Eagles and Chiefs at home, at the Lions, Vikings and Chargers at home, then at the Commanders and at the Giants.
So 1 win, 2 wins, maybe.
I see 3, but yeah. They should beat the Raiders and the Cardinals. They should win both.
I don't think they beat the Cardinals, man. Look at the Cardinals, like I told Packer fans last week. Packer fans, we should mollywop them. Yeah. Okay, you know why the Packers actually won that game? Because this is the first time that Micah Parsons was the impact. 3 sacks, especially the one. Look at don't sleep on Arizona. They've given everyone. Their record is not good, but you look at the guys they played, and look at every one of those games has been a 1-score game. They are giving every team fits that plays them. They are not. Dallas is going to have a very hard time with them.
I would argue,
if you remember right, I picked Arizona to win a division.
Yeah,
they'll have a tough time with them.
They're
Ross,
just
what are you doing, man? How you doing, buddy?
What's up, buddy? How'd you like that game Sunday?
I think I picked a bad day to come on because I'm in that I don't give a shit about football anymore. I'm in NBA mode right now. We're beating the Thunder right now.
So what?
They have a team in New Orleans.
Hey, you know what the difference between the NBA and the WNBA?
Money.
Makes money.
No one watches either of them.
I watch the men.
The NBA actually pulls in a good number, man.
They made but their numbers now compared to what they were.
I mean, they'll never be what it was in the 90s. No.
Shit, not even close. Yeah, I can't. I just can't. I can't when it comes to basketball right now.
I figured Rich would be hyped because unfortunately, I have probably Dallas winning that division because Cooper Flanagan might be making noise. But Rockets are up by 12 right now.
By the way,
well, the Mavericks will be good, but they'll spit the bit. What do you got?
Here's my NBA Finals prediction this year. You will think I'm crazy.
We all do.
Take a wild guess.
Probably.
Please don't say the Pacers because Tyrese is out for the whole season.
Nope.
Thank God.
Nope.
Don't say the Knicks either. The Knicks choke.
I have the Knicks going out in the first round.
Okay.
Who you got?
I have the Denver Nuggets winning the West and the Orlando Magic winning the East.
That's viable. Orlando's going to play well this year. If they can stay healthy, they'll play well this year.
I think Desmond Bane's going to be the sneaky addition. I love what the Magic did getting Bane. Magic played really good defensively. Bane's going to open up the floor. Paolo Banchero this year, I predict will be a top 5 player in the league this year, even though Luka Doncic's going to win MVP this year.
Well, Hoss, I'll bring you back to the NFL with some good news. The Saints are looking to extend Olave already. So I do have some good news for you at least.
Go ahead.
And look, you know what's funny? My score prediction was off by 1 point. I missed it by 1 point. I overscored it by 1 point for the Bears, and it was a very good game. And the Saints were not a pushover. They fought hard. The only thing that I will say that for the Bears is it could have been a lot better, but credit to the Saints. Some of it was credit to the Saints on us getting 3s instead of 7s, but some of it was just the Bears need to clean some stuff up, like, I don't know, center quarterback exchanges. But I mean, the Saints actually played a good game against Chicago. It was kind of what I thought it would be final-wise, but the Saints did play a good game.
Well, I got a quick
Look,
question.
I get his jersey and he gets a touchdown.
Manon guy?
Haas, can I throw something out there to you?
Yeah.
What would you say?
Yeah, but
I mean, would Russell Wilson be better than Spencer Rattler?
At this point of his career, no. I
No.
agree with that.
No.
Actually, Russ would be better. The problem is
work a trade. Do a trade but they gonna need a running back soon because Kamara's getting old as shit. Kendrick Miller's out for the season. Go after Jeremiah Love. Let's get ready to
You
get
guys
back
are going to
in
be
there.
sellers, Haas. You're going to be selling.
No, they're not, Jamie. They can't because of the contracts. You can't they might try to be sellers. So, Jamie, I'm not going to totally disagree with you, but here's the problem. You take Kamara's contract this year; it's $8 million on the cap. Next year, it's 18. A lot of these guys they balloon next year on these cap numbers. So it's going to be really hard for them to move these guys with the cap numbers they got to deal with. And I agree with Haas. Kamara, he's still got value, but he's aging out, and they're not going to get anything for him. And he's got a balloon contract. It makes him really hard to move. Their best player is still a gadget guy, and I get why they love him. I love him. I think that's what they should do to Justin Fields. To be honest with you, Justin Fields shouldn't be his quarterback. Make him a running back / tight end / wide receiver / quarterback who does wildcat stuff. Do what they did to Taysom Hill to Justin Fields. I think he would be phenomenal at that. But that's a problem with the Saints right now. And Taysom Hill's worth every penny they pay him. But you can't trade him because the contract. And that's the problem the Saints have up and down their roster are these contracts that they're friendly this year. They made him cap compliant. But if you try to trade these guys, and he's got an $18 million balloon next year, good luck with that.
I've
How
got
about Woody Johnson going off? How about Woody Johnson going off and protecting Aaron Glenn today? Speaking of the Jets,
Jets not only have
I think he's got every right to, dude. I mean, by that logic, the Lions could have done the same thing with Dan Campbell after 1 year, and they didn't let him go after a year.
Yeah.
He was 3-13-1 in his rookie year, and I think Woody Johnson has every right to say that Aaron Glenn would deserve another year because he was part of that 3-13 and remember he was the defensive coordinator when they were 3-13.
The thing about Aaron Glenn,
he
though,
knows what this is like.
But you can see it on the field. These guys every week fight for Aaron Glenn.
They do.
I don't know. I don't see any fight with the Jets right now.
I do. The record doesn't show it, but I do.
I see a team that's regressing. I see a team with no offensive identity. And
they have no offensive line. Look, when Justin Fields, even if you're a Justin Fields hater, you'll admit that the one thing Justin Fields does well is run the ball. When Justin Fields can't even run the ball, that's how bad that offensive line is. That's why there's no identity, because their offensive line has more holes in it than a brick of Swiss cheese.
I still believe he's the right guy for that job. For the Jets, I think he can be Aaron Glenn.
The Jets' biggest problem right now is that they are horrible fundamentally. When you get down to the brass tacks of fundamentals, they're horrible. Bad, undisciplined penalties. Yep. They drop balls right in the numbers. They miss blocking assignments. They miss coverage assignments. It's fundamentals that's killing the Jets. I've watched them play 3 or 4 games this year. It's bad fundamentals. Dylan, what do you got?
I would also say with the Jets that while the Jets having Justin Fields become a 3-5 step drop guy, should be an option quarterback. Should be like Cordell Stewart back in the day.
The problem is no matter what you do with him right now, it won't make a difference. The offensive line can't protect him for shit. The defense, as long as Quentin Williams out, that's the heart and soul of that defense. no Q, no
It's like
defense.
he's back in Chicago.
No, he had better protection in Chicago. At least he could run the ball and make these really cool plays that made you go, wow, look at this. I mean, look at the rub on Justin Fields has been, well, the rub is kind of on him. It's kind of bad because statistically he would, even last year when you had him, he improved, right? This is the first year his stat lines are not improving. And there's a reason for that. He's got a good wide receiver. He's got a good running back. But they have zero offensive line that can protect them. They can't get a run game going. They can't get a pass game going. They can't even let Justin run on designed runs or any other kind of run because the second he gets the ball, they're on him. I mean, I don't care. You can have Tom Brady back there. He look just as good right now. You can have Patrick Mahomes back there. He would look just as good right now. It wouldn't make a difference. The second the ball hits his hand, someone's on him already. And that's not what should be happening to a starting quarterback in this league. Protect the man.
I mean, you're 100% right. I mean, it's one of those horrible things that I say all the time about the quarterback position. If you don't go into the right situation, it's not going to work out right. And the Jets right now, to be perfectly honest, I would love to see Justin Fields and Spencer Rattler trade spots.
Yes.
Because if Justin Fields was in New Orleans right now,
yep,
I think you'd have a half decent team.
Oh, he makes them more dynamic.
Throwing to Olave, throwing to Shaheed.
Huh? Running the ball.
Running the ball, yeah.
I mean,
him and Taysom Hill back here, that'd be dangerous.
Dude, you'd be like, who's going to be the receiver? Who's going to be the running back? And who's throwing the ball with those two back there? You could do some really imaginative, crazy shit with Justin Fields and Taysom Hill in the backfield. Oh, yeah, all day is long. I think the Saints could have a winning record right now with that setup.
You could do a triple option with Kamara.
There's the potential that Rattler may not start this week against Tampa Bay. They might let Tyler Shuck take over the reins.
They'd be better off letting Taysom Hill take the reins.
They'd be better off.
They're going to let him. Oh, he'll take the reins during Wildcat formation and goal line situations.
Yeah, they won't make him an every down
to take the reins, period.
No, but you know what, though? No. You know why? Because if they do, they become so one-dimensional. The way they use Taysom Hill right now makes him a multi-dimensional team because you don't know what the hell. If Taysom Hill is going to be a tight end, he's going to be a receiver, is he going to be a running back, or is he throwing the ball? You don't know. But if he's an every-time quarterback.
He's not an everyday quarterback, Taysom Hill.
Well, he was. They used him as that a couple years ago for a couple games, and the dynamics of their offense completely shifted in the negative because it makes them easier to defend because you know he's just going to throw the ball. You don't have to worry about these crazy shit that he does. But when he's doing what he does now, it throws defenses for a loop. Like, is he the tight end, the receiver, the running back, the quarterback, or is he just there to block? What the hell is this guy doing? They have to account for him very differently than when he's just a quarterback. He's more dangerous in his current role, and that's why he gets paid what he gets paid. He is the best guy in the NFL to do what he does, period. That's the one thing the Saints have going for him. He opens up Kamara. He makes Olave, relieves pressure off Olave and those guys. I love Taysom Hill. I think they should do – if Justin Fields does not work as a quarterback, they need to do the same thing to Justin Fields in New York. Put him in the backfield like him and Breece Hall in the backfield with a different quarterback. And you could do a flea flicker bomb, like the quarterback tosses it the field, who throws it a bomb 50 yards downfield. You can do all kinds of crazy shit.
Hey guys, I've got a question for you. You know what? You know what baseball game happened on this day 50 years ago?
Well, it'd been 2 years old, so it'd been 1974.
75.
75. Yep.
Oh, 50 years ago, yeah, 75. So I've been 3 years older.
Carlton Fisk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is Carlton Fisk. I read it on my trivia paper this morning.
Yeah, even GoPack's like Fields is definitely not throwing quarterback. Yeah. Agree?
Quick question.
That was on the Sports Illustrated cover. I saw it on Twitter this morning. That's the only reason I know that.
I said, is it good on my end? Because I know last week I had a bit technical issues with Ken and I. We did our double crossover. I had to pop in on my phone. You know why I did? Because I moved my extender and my Ethernet box right under my PC.
Yeah, it's a lot better and smoother than it was last week. And you were grainy last week. You're not grainy tonight.
And you and I tied. We went 10-5 in our NFL picks. The only two games
Did
we
we?
both lost together was the Thursday night game and the first Monday night game. We both picked the same team and lost.
See, so y'all should figure out. Hoss and I know what the hell we're talking about when we do pick'ems. Just saying.
Yeah.
Do you guys
Is
pick
it,
the
is
spread?
it better than what we do on
straight
Wednesday?
up?
Is it better than what we do on Wednesday nights, boss?
We just did win-loss. That's all we did.
No, that's what we do on Wednesday nights too with Jeremy whenever I'm there.
Yeah. It's the same. It was just our version, Hoss and I doing the same thing.
Is this
So,
gonna be
I
a
mean-
weekly thing? Is this gonna be a weekly thing with you boys?
No, it was just because of a war week. Because we played the Saints. So this week we get, who do the Bears get this week? Oh, yeah. If Rav comes on, maybe Rav and I can do something because we get his Ravens this week and they get Lamar back. So this is going to be an interesting Bears-Ravens game with them getting Lamar back. We'll see how healthy he is. And look at last week was impressive for the Bears. It was the first time we were getting to the quarterback. We got 4 sacks on them last week. That's good news. We've been getting pressure all season. The Bears are getting pressure. That hasn't been the problem. We haven't been getting sacks. I'd rather have interceptions than sacks, but it's going to be interesting to see how they are with Lamar this week. They've been really good. They were really good the last couple of weeks. The mobile quarterbacks haven't affected the Bears. So I still have the Bears beating the Ravens because the Ravens still have way too many issues on defense. And with this running game coming alive, and if they can correct the issues and get the throwing game back in sync, this Ravens defense can't handle this Bears offense. And this Bears defense is good enough to stall the Ravens at least a couple times to get them a W. So,
Speaking of the Ravens, wonder where the hell Rav is.
well, he's afraid because we're playing each other this week. That's what it is. I'm going to say that because Rav's not here. He's scared. As they say in St. Louis, he's scared.
Is he coming on your show to do it? Is he coming on your show?
We haven't talked. We need to because we're at tomorrow. But I'd love to have him on if you could do it tomorrow. But it's going to be. This is a game, the Bears Ravens, where at the beginning of the season, like a lot of Bears fans who looked at it said, "Yeah, we'll probably lose that game." The way the season's gone, the Bears are like, "No, let's get 5 in a row, man. We can beat the Ravens." Like I look at the schedule, the next 3 games, we should. Remember when I said 2 weeks ago, coming into Washington, we need to win the next 5 games. The next 5 games, we need to go 5-0 or 4-1. If you say, "Oh yeah, the Bears go 5-0," they might. The toughest game was Washington on the schedule. They could pull it off. I mean, look, we still got a tough game with Cincy, and we got a tough game with the Giants, or the Giants as we like to call them. But the Bears, if you look at this team, yeah, they can go 5. They can win all 5 of those games. And then the 6th game is against the Vikings, and we can get our revenge on the Vikings. So the Bears are hot right now. They're getting hotter. If they put the pass game together with that run game, that's going to be how many this Bears offense, put it this way, there's only one team in the NFL that scored 21-plus points per game every game they've played this season. That's the Chicago Bears. The Bears also lead the NFL in takeaways at an average of, I think now after this week, it went from 2.8 to like 2.9 or 3 even. I mean, the Bears are putting up numbers, and Caleb's putting up numbers in weird ways that you wouldn't expect. This is a really good Bears team that you should fear if you're playing us. And there's not a single game on this schedule the Bears are not capable of winning. Looking at you, Pittsburgh.
I forgot all about Springer hitting the home run to beat the Dodgers in 17. I forgot all about that. Just
By
had
the
a
way,
couple big. He's had a couple clutch home runs.
By the way, I could not believe Andres Munoz didn't come into the game to face Springer. I'm like, what? Why even have a relief face if he's not going to face Springer in the 7th inning? That's just dumb.
I felt bad for Seahawks fans last night.
But didn't Munoz hit Springer and break his leg or take his leg out earlier in the year or something?
He hit him in the knee. But Dylan, go back to what you just said at the end of your sentence. To face Springer in the 7th inning. You're not bringing Munoz in the 7th inning.
Yeah, you are.
8th inning? Yeah, you're not bringing Munoz in the 7th. Doesn't
if
happen.
you don't get out of that inning, if the game's over and you don't, and game's over, there's not a bottom of the 9th.
Well, if your pitcher throws it where the catcher asked for it, it would have made a difference too, because Raleigh was set up
He
outside
threw it right
low,
down Broadway, man.
and he threw
He
that
threw that
sucker
thing
straight down Main Street. Yeah,
right
I
down
mean,
Broadway, dude.
batting practice bomb. That was like the one that Suarez hit the other night on the first pitch. That sucker came in and it tailed right across the middle of the plate. That thing ain't come down yet.
Oh, you mean Otani? Otani hit
Yeah,
one.
I mean Suarez, Eugenio Suarez the other night. When
Well,
the night he had the 2 home
3
runs.
pitches
What was
up
that?
for
Game
Tawny,
5?
and that's so
Well,
funny. Otani goes 2 for 27, then hits 3 home runs with 10 strikeouts.
Otani's a freak, man.
But he was doing horrible in the whole series, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, not like the Dodgers.
Isn't that how it
What
happens,
makes
though?
him so good? I mean, you're in a game of failure.
I love
The
all the
greatest
people.
players of all time fail 7 out of 10 times.
I
You're in a
love
game
all
of
these people
failure.
bitching. I love all these people bitching right now.
I felt bad for the Seahawks fans last night, though, because they're at the game having a blast watching the Seahawks beat up on the Texans, and they all have their iPads and their iPhones, and they're watching the baseball game. Half of them are like wearing baseball jerseys or a Hawks hat, a Mariners jersey, or vice versa. And all of a sudden, you hear the collective crowd like moan, and they're like, "Why the hell are these guys upset?" Oh, the Mariners just got beaten in a baseball game. Well, hey, at least they got a football game to cheer about. It's like that's a rough day, and I can look. I know how they feel. I was at a hockey game here in Pensacola the other day, watching the Cubs Brewers game on my phone while we had the Hawks game on my, or we had the Cubs game on my father-in-law's phone and the Hawks game on my phone. So watching the Blackhawks on my phone, the Cubs on his iPhone at the hockey game. The Hawks give up a goal with 15 seconds left to lose to the Canadians, and then the Cubs lose to the Brewers. I'm like, well, at least the Pensacola Ice Flyers. Oh wait, no, they went to overtime and we didn't stay. So it was like, Jesus.
Well, the trivia question is still correct. The only team in Major League Baseball history to not play in a World Series.
I'm just happy.
I was just wondering if you guys could come up with some World Series trivia questions for me.
Well, I'm happy Milwaukee took the L after that series with the Cubs, and they brought the L flag out. Every Cubs fan on the planet's like, see what happens? You brought out the L flag to kind of try to talk some smack to the Cubs, and you got your asses handed to you by the Dodgers.
Milwaukee didn't have a prayer against the Dodgers, really.
I was so happy. I am not a Dodgers fan by any stretch of the means. In fact, I wish the Dodgers would lose. I hope they get swept in the World Series. Okay, I'm a Dodgers fan like I am a Cowboys fan. I don't like them, but I was happy to see them beat the Brewers just because of the Brewers. If the Brewers hadn't brought out the big L flag and tried to be all trash talky about it, I would have actually pulled for the Brewers to actually get to the World Series. But I'm like, oh, you're going to be like that? Never mind. Go ahead, Dodgers. Beat that ass.
I'm kind of disappointed we don't have somebody that we can give the raspberry to on the show tonight, considering he said that this team wasn't even going to make the playoffs about 6 weeks ago. Jason, we're talking to you, buddy. And now they're going to play for it all.
We'll see Jason tomorrow.
Yeah, we will. He'll be on our Still
tomorrow.
City Sports Talk program tomorrow night here at 8 o'clock. All right, Dylan, I got one for you. And this is open to everybody, but I got one for you. Adam, you may know this one. Bill Mazeroski hit the walk-off home run in the 1960 World Series to defeat the Yankees 4-3. Who threw the pitch?
Ralph Terry?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Some Yankee
guy, and Mickey Mantle watched it go over his head.
Actually, it went over Yogi Berra's head.
No,
it
went over Yogi Berra's head. Yeah. Mickey Mantle played center.
My bad.
Yeah.
And then Yogi Berra's kid played for the Pirates many years later.
Yes, he did. Played shortstop.
Was he right, Rich?
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. This one, okay. All right, Dylan. It's a 3-part question. I need the year. I need both teams, and this is for all participants. I need the year. I need both teams. First World Series.
1903.
1903, wasn't it the Pirates and Red Sox?
1903. It was the Pittsburgh Pirates. You're in the ballpark.
Boston Americans.
You're in the ballpark.
All right, it was Boston, though, right?
It was Boston.
Boston
All right.
Braves.
Yeah, it wasn't the Braves then. They were something else before they were the Braves. It was whatever
Think
team
the
that was.
Mayflower.
The Boston Pilgrims.
That was a cool series to work because they brought Boston into town.
Boston
And
Pilgrims.
they did the remake of that
Wait,
series.
they were?
The Boston Pilgrims played the Pittsburgh Pirates in 1903 for the first World
I just took a
Series.
random shot. I was right. Oh.
Didn't they go to the Braves in like 15?
14. The Braves are
14, yeah.
The 14 was the year the Braves became a big deficit and then won the World Championship that year.
We were talking about the 1960 World Series. Who won the MVP of the World Series?
Somebody on the Yankees.
Yeah, wasn't that the year it went to the visiting team, the losing team? I can't tell you his name.
Can't give you a hint. If I do, it'll be a dead giveaway.
It was the pitcher, wasn't it?
That I can tell you no.
Okay. Ken, you stumped on baseball history?
Yeah, I'm just like, whatever.
Is it? I'm trying to think. Hold on. I'm trying to think the Yankee infield. Oh, gosh. Bobby Richardson.
Especially when it comes to like.
What's it, the third baseman for the Yankees? Clete Boyer?
No, it's not Clete Boyer.
Oh.
Was it Mickey Mantle?
No.
You guys give?
I have no idea.
If I gave you the most obvious hint,
I was right with the infield.
It's my cousin. It's my cousin, Bobby Richardson.
You mean Dr. Bobby Richardson?
But yeah. Yep, Bobby Richardson. There's a lot of Pirates history in the World Series. The first night game was Game 4 of the 71 World Series.
1971, that would be Luke Walker and the curveball guy. I can't think of his.
Yep. Yeah. What year was the first World Series TV broadcast?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask what year was the first radio broadcast.
I would say it's probably in the 60s, isn't it?
1921. No. It was a Pittsburgh Pirates on KDKA.
Was that
against the first TV? We're talking about the first TV broadcast.
1950.
Oh,
you're
not
right
radio.
on the radio. You're right on the radio.
Dodgers.
Say again, Jamie. I'm sorry.
1955, the Yankees and the Dodgers.
No, but that was the first time it was done in color.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking like 1939 or 1940.
No, sir. Ken? 1947.
Ooh. The last time 47.
The first time that the World Series was broadcast on television.
And the last time that the Indians/Guardians won the World Championship.
Weren't they the Spiders?
Wait a minute, hold on. 47. Wait a minute, that might be the wrong year. Ah, fudge.
That is the wrong year.
Yeah, I'm thinking 48. Yeah, because I think that was Jackie Robinson's rookie year. Yeah, 47. My bad. 48 was the year the Indians won the World Championship.
Satchel Paige. That was Satchel Paige, right?
What's that?
Won the World Series with the Indians.
Yeah.
I think it would have been Bob Feller, too, back from the war.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anybody got a clue as to what number Satchel Paige wore with the Indians?
29.
There you go.
I have
a jersey, Rich. That was unfair.
I got a World Series question for all your teams right here. Who wants to go first?
Just ask it.
Just go around the horn, man.
Okay, Adam.
Oh, shit.
Adam.
Will the Pirates ever make the World Series again? Probably not.
Which Pirate started Game 7 of the 1970s?
City Council's actually talking to the Pirates ownership about dumping them. Did you see that? The City Council met with the Pirates and about their ownership.
Nothing's not going to sell. Nothing's not going to sell. Cuban tried to buy this team. Lemieux tried to buy this team. It's not going to sell. Anyway, Dylan, what was the question?
Which Pirates started Game 7
what?
of the 1971 World Series against the Orioles?
I have no idea.
I'll give you a hint. He became a legendary broadcaster for the Buccos.
Yeah, with Steve Blass.
I didn't ask you that question, Rich.
I'm going to go Steve Blass.
Okay, Rich. Okay, Rich.
Yes, sir.
Let me think if I could. Oh, I got a really good one for you here. Which Pirate started Game 5 of the 79 World Series against the AL Cy Young winner?
Let's see. That would have either been Jim Rooker or John Candelaria. Or I'm trying to think of this. I'm going through the starting lineup or the starting rotation. Blyleven, Candelaria.
Do you want a hint?
No, it was Jim Rooker because it went Rooker and then Royce in Game 6 and Blyleven Game 7.
Actually, Blyleven closed out the game 5 because
he started Game 7.
No, he didn't. Let me see. I think Grant Jackson pitched in that way. 1970.
Grant Jackson was the 8th inning pitcher going to Tekulve.
Yeah, Submariner.
Yeah, Grant Jackson was the setup man to Tekulve. Him and Enrique Romo. Yeah, Sergio Romo's uncle, by the way.
Jim Bibby started Game 7. What? Talk about. Yeah, and by the way, Candelaria pitched Game 6 with a bad bat.
Right.
Jim Palmer that night.
Then that means Blyleven probably started Game 4.
No, Blyleven pitched Game 5 because I remember Blyleven relieving Rooker.
Oh, Rooker started Game 5.
No, Rooker started.
How old are you?
Huh?
How old are you?
I'm 33.
How do you remember watching it?
I've seen.
You weren't even a thought in your.
No, Jim Rooker started and pitched the first 5 innings. Then Blyleven threw the next 4 in Game 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm looking at the box score. Jim Rooker started it, and Blyleven came in relief.
Okay, Jemmy. Let me see. I'm trying to think of a good Yankee question for you. Oh, I got one for you. Which Yankee got a key pinch hit home run in Game 3 of the 1961 World Series?
Okay, it's not obviously who I thought who. It's obviously not going to be who you think you is. It's a trick question.
Oh, I'll give you a hint. It's not Manuel Maris.
Okay. Let me think.
Thank you, Mr. Woods.
I mean, who am I? Let's see. The pitch hit Game 3 home run of 1961. What do you think? Oh Jesus.
This one might be the hardest one yet.
Oh, I think I know his name. It's right at the tip of my tongue. I'm trying to think his name. Alston Howard.
Close, but not quite.
Oh. Howard. I give up. Who was that?
Johnny Blanchard.
Oh, Johnny Blanchard. I wouldn't have gotten that one.
Got a big base hit to tie the game with the Yankees trailing late in Game 3. And then Maris hit it one with a big home run in the 9th.
Johnny Blanchard. All right.
Yeah, that was the year the Yankees offense was in fuego. 6 guys hit 20-plus home runs that year.
Right.
Okay, Ken. Let me see. Ooh.
Dude, who the fuck is Cody Duncan? I'm sorry. This dude is a fucking dipshit. Fuck, all he does is bitch. Fucking Dodgers this, Dodgers that. Fucking Dodgers. Fuck. Oh, fudge.
Huh?
Well, if the Pirates got $334 million on their TV deal, the Dodgers are going to get that kind of money because they're fucking good.
And they're in LA.
Well, they're in the second biggest market in the country, too.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. This dude, I want to invite him on the show just so we can hear his fucking side. Holy cow. Dude won't shut the fuck up. Anyway, go ahead. Back to your question, Dylan, because I was just reading it and I'm like, this dude just won't shut up about money. Nutting won't spend fucking money. Fucking, fuck. Anyway.
Okay, Ken. Thinking back to 2016, you might be able to get this.
Are we going all the way back to the World Series back in 1908?
Yeah.
1916?
Who led off Game 7 of the 2016 World Series with a home run off Corey Kluber?
Oh, that was Jesus, I can see his face. Because then he went and played for the Cardinals the next year. Oh God. I'm brain farting, but I can see his face right now. Center fielder. Oh God, what is his name? I am brain farting his name right now. I can see his face.
You want me to help you out with that?
Yeah.
Dexter Fowler.
Thank you. Yeah. I could see his face. I just couldn't get the name. And that's what sucked. Is after the World Series, he went and played for the Cardinals. And I was like, man, of all the teams.
And then was never the same player.
No. He had a great year.
Man, that's like Joe Flacco going to the Bengals from the Bronca or Browns.
From the Browns,
playing the
I'm telling you. But it wasn't a trade; it was a free agent signing. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I've been in the middle of that rivalry, Adam. That's not even close. Going from Cleveland to Cincinnati is nothing like going from the Cubs to the Cardinals.
Well, no, actually, Rich. Rich. Rich, you're right and you're wrong. You're right in terms of the way the Cardinal fans feel. The Cubs fans could give two shits. Like, if you're in St. Louis, it's all about Cubs cards, Cubs cards, Cubs cards, Blues Hawks, Blues Hawks, Blues Hawks. In Chicago, it's like, oh, the Blues are in town. Who cares? Oh, the Cards are here. Like, we give a shit. I mean, Chicago doesn't consider it a rivalry. St. Louis, because they have a love affair, they have this thing about bitching about Chicago all the time. Hey, but then when you get a 4-day weekend, yeah, we're going to Chicago to hit the bars. Okay. In St. Louis, it's a thing. In Chicago, they could care less about the Cardinals. They really could.
I'm excited. We get this. I get to see Mousestraw. I get to see Jimenez. I get to see. There's a lot of good, former players in this World Series.
My guy Izzy.
That's Richard's guy,
Josh. IKF, dog, you idiot.
I'm an Izzy. I was an Izzy guy when he was in Texas. You saw what he
every
did
day, buddy. Every day. Rich is an Izzy guy. I will put $1,000 on that.
So what day is the World Series start?
Connor Falefa guy, man.
Well,
Friday, yes.
Okay, so I know what I won't be watching on Friday.
In Toronto.
I won't be watching the World Series. You can probably safely bet
I'll
on that.
kick it off. I got Toronto in 6. Any other picks?
I got LA in 5.
I got the Dodgers in 4.
4?
I think it's going to be a clean sweep. I do.
Jamie,
all these pitchers Jamie, are so rested right now for the Dodgers. Holy cow.
Yeah. Jamie,
what do you got for the World Series,
for the World Series, man?
Wait, who do I have winning the World Series?
Yeah, and how many games?
Let's see. Give me Toronto, and I think it's going to go to the distance.
I get to break the tie. I get to break the tie here. We got 2 for the Dodgers and 2 for the Blue Jays. Yeah. Oh, no. What am I ever going to do, and how am I going to pick this? Fuck LA.
I'm pick the Cubs.
This is what I think about LA.
Los Angeles is burning.
Hey, Ken, do me a favor, would you please?
Yeah.
Please. Don't hold back. Tell us what you really think.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Doyers, the Dodgers, the whatever you want to call them. I'm not a big fan. Like, I've been to Dodger Stadium. I had fun at Dodger Stadium. You know what a Dodger dog is? It's a foot-long hot dog on a regular size bun. Really? Come on, guys. At least get more imaginative. Well, you're just too cheap to get a regular bun. We'll call it a Dodger dog. We'll put a foot-long dog. No, come on. You know what? Give it to the Blue Jays. Fucking Toronto's got to win something. Canada hasn't won a Stanley Cup in 30-plus years. Let them at least get a World Series. And you know what? Here's the other thing, because I do pay a little bit of attention to baseball. Weren't they the team that they faked Ohtani flying out there so he could sign with the Dodgers? So that'd be a little sweet revenge. Oh, really? You wanted to use this as your puppet? So, yeah, let Toronto win. Was it Vlad Jr.'s up there? Yeah. Do what your dad didn't do. I give it to the Blue Jays. I mean, the Dodgers, they're like the Packers or like the Chiefs fans or like Lions fans. Like, I'm just sick of them. I really am just sick of anything LA right now. I don't care if it's the Dodgers, the Kings, the Lakers, the Clippers. Burn them all to the ground. I'm just tired of them. Look, they got some players. I'll give them some credit. I'm just fed up with LA in general, minus the Rams. I love the Rams. Just like give it to the Blue Jays. I think it's just a revenge game. Like, oh, honey, you were gonna use us as the fake out. Okay, you should have come here and won a ring. That's the other reason I'm going Blue Jays. Besides the fact I have no love for the Dodgers right now. The Dodgers have to do something to get me to respect them again, and I've lost respect for them.
Just Sunday night, the Steelers are wearing their jailbreak jerseys, the 1930 throwbacks.
By the way,
Are we ready to see this great uniform? I hope they let the Packers wear their away 1930 jerseys too. That would be so
By the way,
awesome.
I've got a question. What are the worst uniforms we've seen this year? Because whatever the Chargers wore on Sunday might have been the worst uniforms I've ever seen in my life.
The banana
ones
uniform?
You're going to see the Steelers wear Sunday.
Yeah, the Chargers, that might be the worst uniform we've seen this season so far. Those
even the announcers on Westward One were like, we can see the jerseys from here, but we can't make out who it is. So bear with us if we don't know who it is because we can't see the numbers.
And surprisingly, I'm going to throw the Bills in there, even though I thought those are bad. But the white jerseys the Bills wore were awesome, but they screwed up with the numbering. The numbering made it, that silver shining lettering. It looked kind of cool.
They should have went with blue. They should have went with blue.
They should have bordered it in blue so they would pop better or something. But the Bolts, those jerseys this weekend were.
I love these jerseys. Not the pants. I like the jersey. I just can't. The pants throw me off.
The whole thing looks asinine. Asa 9, Asa 10, and Asa 11.
If they went black pants with those jerseys, it'd be sick.
Well, I hope you guys beat the Packers this week. And I think you can. The Packers barely escaped again against the Cardinals. They're doing what they need to do to win games, but their offense is not clicking. Their defense is so one-dimensional. Their defensive line is good. Past that, if you can survive the pass rush, you can pick them apart.
And Josh Jacobs, his health is going to make a difference too.
How bad were the Cardinals jerseys? Did anyone have that thing up quick?
Micah Parsons has been actually pretty decent against the run too, which has been surprising how good he's been against the run. But
I don't know what their jerseys look like. I don't remember.
But the problem for Pittsburgh is what's the identity of this team? What are they? Is it the defense? Is it the offense? Is it the running game? Is it the passing game? They're so all over the place. It's fitting that they're playing the Packers because the Packers kind of are what's their identity too? Maybe someone finds their identity this week. And hopefully it's Pittsburgh.
The Cardinals thing you're talking about is a splatter.
I'm trying to think of what their jersey was.
Whoops, wrong shirt. Sorry.
Yeah.
That is not the Cardinal jersey, but all right.
I'm about to say, when did they get the same color scheme?
That looks like vomit yellow.
Vomit yellow.
Dude, if those were black pants, those would be awesome.
It would look better.
That's the rivalry shirt.
It's not coming up.
Yeah, it is. It's right here. Here's the Cardinals one.
We're seeing the Steeler one still.
The Cardinal one's right here.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's on full screen.
Yeah.
Is that bloodstained?
That's not terrible, but
it's stained with the tears of everybody else.
I'm just
the Bears, we've been doing this Orange Crush thing. And the Orange Crush is kind of cool, but I like the 1936 throwbacks. Those are pretty cool. And the Bears
like the orange jerseys.
Yeah, the regular orange. Yeah, but when they do Orange Crush, they add the.
I haven't even opened it because it's not mine.
Usually with the orange jerseys, they still do the navy blue helmet. But the last couple of years when they do orange jerseys, they've been doing orange helmets, hence the Orange Crush.
Right.
That's not a bad thing.
I haven't even opened it, man. It's still in the bag because it's not mine. But I have it and they won, so I don't know. Do you want me to keep it or send it to the person that's supposed to get it to you?
Well, no, you send it to me instead.
Wait, Adam, who's the jersey for?
Joffrey.
Is it a size 52?
Yes, it's an XXX.
No, well, it should be. They number them, don't they?
It is XXL. I think it is a 52.
Oh yeah, you go ahead and send that one to me. I'll take him on, guy.
Large.
Joffrey needs it because he's going to the Steelers-Bears game in Chicago, and he hates the Steelers.
Oh, then send that to him if he's going to the game. Yeah.
Yeah. He got tickets at face value, I believe.
Monanga has been playing pretty good. He's replacing Roshan Johnson on this roster.
I'm just telling you, like I got his jersey and he scored a fucking touchdown.
I wouldn't be surprised if Rojo, if they do make a move like where they shed any players from the roster at the deadline in order to get another player. I think Rojo is the guy, and I would not be surprised to see Rojo get traded in the off season. But I think Rojo is being supplanted by Monangai. I love what Monangai is doing in Chicago. Rojo had
He's
one
a big
carry.
boy, man. He's a little battering ram.
He is. He's more compact than Rojo. Still has never fumbled the ball since college.
He reminds me of Jalen Warren a little bit.
Yeah, I like the kid. I mean, he's a perfect compliment to Swift.
Right, Thunder and Lightning, just like Willie Parker and Jerome Bettis.
Oh hell yeah! The 75-yard touchdown run in the Super Bowl to start out the second half against Seattle. I went to the bathroom and I missed it.
I was at a Steelers Super Bowl party and we were wondering what. And we were like, what?
Like, who's
Yeah,
this guy?
I hope you guys beat them Packers this weekend.
FTP.
Josh, what jersey do you want if I get these jerseys? Which do you want, Sawyer?
The Vikings got skull effed by the Eagles last week.
Well, Carson Wentz and company couldn't hold on to the ball. By the way, guys,
the Eagles
Carson Wentz isn't even the best red-handed quarterback.
Don't get them 2 turnovers. That game's a lot closer than that looks.
By the way, cool thing about the shirt I'm wearing, it's an FGCU football shirt, but on the back it says just undefeated. I wore this to the 2018 Orange Bowl between Oklahoma and Alabama, and even the Alabama fans were noticing my shirt.
So Lane Kiffin to the Gators, dude. What do you think?
I'd rather have the guy at Notre Dame, but
goes to the Giants.
You want Marcus Freeman?
I think Lane Kiffin goes to the Giants.
I think Lane Kiffin's
the
going to
Giants?
be no.
He coached Jackson Dart.
Hell no! The Giants aren't going to fire
about the media.
Dude, no, I'm sorry. Dable's going nowhere right now. I mean, no, it's not. I don't think it's going to happen because Dable and him got a good rapport. Plus, him and Scatterboot saved Dable's job. I don't think they're firing Dable.
I'll tell you how many guys are getting fired between now and whenever the off season occurs.
Poindexter's about to get fired pretty soon.
I can tell you one guy.
Mike McDaniel.
They're going to throw McDaniel in the flipping ocean.
So the ownership group came out today because I mentioned on the morning show that McDaniel's talked about how there might have to be some personnel changes going on with the organization. And then it wasn't Go Pack Go. Who was it? Fred or one said, but the ownership already said they're not going to fire him, and they did. They said, look, McDaniel's in no danger of being fired this year. I don't know if McDaniel goes. I love his press conferences. I mean, the dude is interesting, but they have a lot of other issues that aren't the head coach in Miami this year.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Greer has done a terrible job building this roster. I mean, why can't the Dolphins get an offensive line for Tua?
Well, and they let a lot of great talent walk out the door because they didn't want to sign. He didn't want to sign anyone in free agency. Like you let Van Ginkel walk. You could have had him cheap, but you let him walk because you don't want to. You want to go cheaper. I mean, they've made a lot of bad moves in the front. I think that GM is going to be gone. Which then, of course, the only problem is then you finally get a good GM. Well, guess what? Your head coach is probably going to go, so he might get another year out of it. But yeah,
I mean, we know there will be head coaches. I mean, Tennessee's gone. I think there will be a new head coach in Miami.
I think Stefanski's gone.
No. Kevin
I don't think.
Stefanski's not going anywhere.
See, that's the weird thing, Rich. Though, if you look at the teams that aren't that good right now, like Stefanski, you're like, no. You look at there and they're going, no, because it's injury issues, it's personnel issues, it's not a coaching issue. And with that situation, you can tell it's not a coaching issue.
What do you mean? Deshaun Watson came out and said, "I will only play if we change coaches."
That's because he knows Stefanski doesn't like him and won't play him and wants him gone.
Aaron Glenn. I think Aaron
We
Glenn.
don't listen to pervert boy.
Aaron Glenn's
Aaron Glenn's not going anywhere.
Yeah, he is. If the Jets go 2-7,
Aaron Glenn's going.
No, he's not.
Who?
Glenn's not going to be
Glenn
one
is
and
going
done.
nowhere.
He's going nowhere.
Harbaugh might get if things don't get straight. Harbaugh might have some issues.
Harbaugh will have a warm
Baltimore.
seat, but I don't think unless he loses the locker room outright, I don't see him going anywhere because of his long success there. It's a blip on the radar in terms of Harbaugh. And the other Harbaugh in the Bolts, same thing. You lose 2 linemen. Yeah, you're the two really good. Your best 2 linemen, you're gonna have issues. He's probably fine. That's a problem.
By the way,
you look at some of these teams with bad records. They're really good coaches, but there's massive mitigating circumstances with why they are the way they are right now. The Bolts aren't the Bolts that we thought they would be because they lose 2 stud all-pro offensive linemen, so their offensive line tanks.
Yeah.
You look at Baltimore with all the injuries on defense and offense. Well, no wonder why they're a hot mess. You look at Cincinnati with Burrow. Okay, you look at Cleveland with the lack of personnel for offensive weaponry in the quarterback position. Well, okay, no wonder why they're bad. It's really hard outside of Miami and was Tennessee to find, okay, this guy like Pete Carroll, he's not going to go anywhere with the Raiders unless Pete Carroll says, fuck this shit, I'm out of here. I mean, it's going to be really hard to call some of these coaching positions because with some of these teams that have bad records, there's great mitigating circumstances and they have long enough tenures or pedigrees that ownership will keep them for another year.
I've got one. What if the Bills don't win the AFC East and fail to win in the playoffs again? Sean McDermott on the hot seat?
That's a tough one.
Jamie, that's you, buddy. Jamie.
Here's the thing, though.
No, he's the best coach they've had since in the franchise.
Since Levy. And here's the thing. When you're going to fire a guy like that, okay, who are you going to replace him with?
Right.
You got to have a plan B. You already have a plan in place or an idea of who you want.
Wait. Would you please say that one more time for the guy to my right?
You have to have a plan in place if you're going to fire. You have to have an idea.
Listen, both of these fucking teams would have guys lined up out the freaking door to coach these teams.
But here's the thing.
I don't care.
Who are the guys that are available? Like if Gruden's available, okay, maybe that's a good enough reason to fire one of them. But if it's a bunch of coordinators, do I really want, especially if they're going to be first-time head coaches or their last head coaching job, they're being a coordinator again for a reason. I mean, do you have a guy who's going to be at the caliber of what he is or better? That's the question. And so, in Buffalo, no, there's unless you've got Gruden.
Bill Belichick?
No, not Belichick.
Belichick's if the Steelers were going to put North Carolina, you think he's going to get an NFL job?
Yeah.
If the Steelers we're going to put either Gruden or Herm Edwards in that spot, fine. Let Tomlin go. Outside of that, no. You
got to look at is there a really good defensive coordinator in Minnesota who might be a good idea? Sure. However,
I think he's going to be the Steelers' next coach.
Until he settles his lawsuit, that's not happening. Same with Gruden. So right now, those 2 guys you kind of have to take out of consideration. And one of them, if he does clear his lawsuit during this season, will end up at the Titans. And it's not Gruden. Because Gruden's going to take a year or 2.
No, the Titans aren't getting No.
Why not?
Offensive mind coach.
Brian Flores in Tennessee?
No.
If Flores becomes available, if his lawsuit settles at any point between now and the draft or now in the Super Bowl, he will be the hottest candidate of the coordinators out there.
I'd like to see him in Miami.
No. I'll tell you what I think
He
happened.
already was with Miami.
Yeah, but was he really given a shot in Miami?
He's not going to come back after that lawsuit he's got with Miami.
With the ownership, yeah. KC, and look, in KC, they're going to hire from within. It's going to be either Spags or Nagy. Okay, great. So whenever they get a new coach, it's going to be from within. Neither of those two guys are going anywhere until it's figured out who's anointed the next king of Kansas City's kingdom. So, okay, where's Flores going to go? Well, right now, if he's going to go anywhere, there's only one spot, the Titans. Would Buffalo fire their head coach to get him? No. Okay.
So neither would Baltimore, and neither would Pittsburgh.
By the way, guys, I'm gonna abandon ship right here at Dylan S Sports One, Spunky Spectrum Sports, and wait, my Jags on bye week this week, so I might be in the Bahamas then.
There you go.
I heard the bye week was favored by 4.
But here's the question though, because look, Dylan brings up a good point. Like, what's the next coach realistically? That isn't like I think either Harbaugh. The Harbaughs might be on a warm seats at best, right? I don't think either is in danger. I don't think in the AFC North, I don't think there's going to be a coaching change there. Unless the Steelers don't win another playoff game, then we've talked about that so many times. Fans are going to want it. Ownership's going to let them do one more year, maybe, right? So we've been down that road. So you know what? I mean, you go out to the West, AFC West. No changes there. You go to the South. No change. Maybe D'Amico Ryans if Houston.
But you got the injury discussion again.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I'm saying. It's really hard because the teams that have bad records have good coaches right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much to the point. It's Miami, maybe Arizona if they don't get it together. If Arizona doesn't get it together, I could see them firing Gannon, and then Miami, is the glaring.
Gannon, man, it's hard because they fight for him and they're in every game. And I don't know if is Gannon really making mistakes that's costing them anything? I mean, it's just they're just not winning. Yeah. They're losing all these one score 3-point games.
Right, and see, that's where it kind of comes down to, okay, great coaches call those plays that make the difference, and great players perform.
But they don't have the great players are hurt. Their best running back is out. Their running back is out.
Okay, Connor's out, but Harrison is perfectly healthy. Trey McBride is one of the best tight ends in football. Kyler's healthy. So
Kyler didn't play last week. He hasn't played in 2-3 weeks now. Out, injury.
He didn't play last week, but okay. But what I'm saying is, until last week, the thing that I'm looking at is it's either got to be Murray goes or Gannon goes. If they don't get it back together,
but I can
Murray
see your
goes
point
or Gannon goes.
I can see your point on Gannon. I think right now he's earned with the ownership. Okay, you're getting close, but we need to see you win some games. We need some wins, and even if it's only 6 or 7, that might be enough. You look at the rest of the NFC West, I think they're all safe. They're safe. He's safe in San Francisco, Seattle, and McVay is safe.
I'm sure we'll have this conversation later on in the year. I mean,
the North is no one's getting fired in the North. If you go to the East, I think Dable just got his job saved.
I'll bet you that if Philadelphia kind of flattens out and maybe doesn't make the playoffs or is one and done, Sirianni's going to be on a hot seat.
So I had said I picked the Eagles to win this week, but I said there was so much dysfunction with guys retiring midweek. I want to trade, and if they had lost this week and lost 3 in a row, I was ready for the wheels to fall off in Philly. But what does Philly do? They come out and they win a great game, and Sirianni was masterful with the clock at the end of the game. Unless they completely fall apart in the playoff run, I don't see him going anywhere. But I could see that scenario maybe. or if they completely implode and if that locker room and office just shows its dysfunction again, that could. But once again, though, who's going to replace Sirianni? You go back to that. You're going to fire Sirianni. There better be some good candidates out there to replace him. And who are those? Who are those replacements?
Well, I think the top of the list is Flores.
If and when he clears, now he chose arbitration, or he didn't try to fight it like Gruden did. Gruden's going to court. He's taking arbitration. That could be arbitrated almost any time now, right? So if that arbitration ends before the season does, then he's probably going to be the hottest candidate out there. I mean, but who else
only
is in game?
Like 8,000, right?
What now? What was that?
Wait, Jamie, what's the name of your new stadium?
It's just going to be New Highmark Stadium.
The Penguins and Sabres are going to open it with the 20th anniversary game, the Winter Classic.
Is it official?
Nice.
Josh said that.
Josh just said that. I have no idea. I just saw that.
Yeah, because we played each other the first ever game in 2008.
Yeah, Sidney Crosby won it on the shootout.
I remember that.
Can I throw another name out there that may be a possibility if what I think is going to happen happens?
Okay.
If the team finishes 7-9-1, is Callahan out the door? Or Schottenheimer, I'm sorry. Is Schottenheimer out the door?
I love how Jens have no faith in them Cowboys. I love it. This is the best I've seen the Cowboys look ever.
Before Schottenheimer does in that scenario. But if the Packers finish 7-9-1, LaFleur might be out the door.
Beginning of the year, I had
or go back with Shanahan if he does get fired.
I don't know. This is a tough call with Jerry. Jerry does so many weird things. I don't know if he fires Shan. I don't think he fires him because he's got the offense humming. The problem is the defense. And okay, and they understood with the Micah trade that they were going to have impact, and we're seeing it. So I think that's a mitigating circumstance enough that he doesn't get fired.
The defense was bad before they traded Micah, Ken.
Yeah, but now it's even worse without Micah. They're better against the run, but they're worse overall. And and then they can say Eberflus like, I need another year. Give me some guys. I think there's enough mitigating circumstances there where I think he'd be okay at 7-9-1. It depends on how they lose those games. If they get beat like the Bears beat them consistently, yeah. But the problem with them is they win a big game, they lose a big game. They win a big game, they tie a game. I think it depends on how they do in the division. Don't they got a division game this week, right? It's who they got? Well, just beat Washington.
They're at Denver.
They just beat. If they can beat Denver this week, job safe. But just the fact that they already beat Washington, if they can beat the Giants and they can, as long as they win in the division, as long as they split in the division, I think the job is safe. I think Eberflus is the one that has to worry. But then with Eberflus, you say, well, what do you want me to do? You took away the best pass rusher in the game. And, yeah, you brought me a good interior guy, but I have no pass rush. Go get me a pass rusher. They might be safe. I think, though, at 7-9-1, if the Packers end up 7-9-1, LaFleur might be gone.
Yeah.
Which would be a little bit surprised, but he could be. I know some of the Packer fans there have been some rumblings because the Packers, they haven't done anything with the playoff. I mean, they beat the Cowboys, big deal. Then they go and lose to the Niners. The Packer fans look at that Cowboys win.
Cowboys is not an accomplishment.
Right. That's how they look at it. The Packers think, yeah, okay, you beat the Cowboys. That's all you've done. You beat the Cowboys one time in the playoffs. I think, LaFleur hasn't brought them anything. You're you've been there since, what, for 7-8 years now? And nothing? So LaFleur could be on the hot seat if they end up that way. But I think, Rich, that is interesting. And you never know Jerry. But I would say I think Jerry would keep them because the offense has been really good. Even with the injuries, they kept that team humming. Their problem has been on defense, and they know they have a personnel issue on defense that needs to be addressed. And I think that might be enough to save a job.
All that Jerry has been saying down here is he wants a Super Bowl before he goes. He wants a Super Bowl before he goes. He's closer to going than he is staying. I mean, the man's 82 years old. And I don't know, but I think that he's to the point now that you either succeed or there's the door.
Flores?
And he's not going to pull a Jason Garrett and keep him there forever because he's a yes guy.
Well, here's the thing.
He wants a guy that's going to win a championship.
So let's say you're Flores. Would you want to go to Dallas as your next head coach? No, that's a problem. The problem Jerry has is this. The guy who might be the best candidate won't want to go there. Jerry's problem is not only does he have to find a good head coach, he has to find a guy who's willing to put up with Jerry's shit.
Yep. The best candidate, you're right, wouldn't go.
Because Flores would be like, no, I'll just stay at D.C. and Detroit, in Minnesota, thanks.
Gruden wouldn't go to Dallas.
No, he wouldn't. And Gruden's lawsuit won't be, and Gruden will still be in his legal battle with the NFL for about the next 2 years, anyways. Because they're actually going.
Even if he wasn't, Gruden wouldn't go to Dallas. Herm Edwards wouldn't go to Dallas.
No,
I think Gruden's just having fun on Barstool Sports right now.
Would Sirianni go? If the Eagles dumped him, maybe, but I doubt it. Because he's going to want to make the call. I mean, you got to have somebody that's going to be a yes man. And in the NFL today, I mean, look at the last 10 years. How many yes man head coaches have won Super Bowls? Andy Reid don't say yes man to nobody. Huh?
Until Jerry realized that he is the problem, they're not going to win one.
And he won't. That's the problem. It's been 37 years and he ain't figured it out. He has literally fired people in every position on that team except one, general manager.
Yeah.
And he still hasn't figured out that the problem is the guy in the GM spot. Still hasn't figured it out. Definition of insanity?
I think the head coaching carousel will be very light this year. It might be the Titans and maybe one other opening, and that's it.
Well, I think
maybe one other opening. I don't see there being 3 or 4 openings this year.
Yeah, I can't see any way that McDaniel's back. I can't see any way that guy in Miami is back. None. They could go undefeated the rest of the way, and they're not going to bring him back.
Yeah, McDaniels. I think McDaniels is the next logical guy to be fired at the end of the year. But after him,
I think you're right.
Like there maybe 3. Like I said, if the Packers don't make the playoffs, or if the Packers go one and done in the playoffs, there have been some grumblings in Packer fandom that there were some grumblings last year. LaFleur could be on the hot seat, and I mean, would LaFleur go to Dallas? I don't know.
No, but I was just thinking about someplace else that we didn't even think about. What about Raheem Morris? If Atlanta wets the bed again, Raheem Morris might be out the door.
He's a possibility. You're right there. I totally forgot about him too. And he is on the hot seat.
Yeah, I mean, if Atlanta doesn't contend for that division, because that division is wide open, especially with the Mike Evans injury, that's a big hit for Tampa. Yeah, they got Ibuka. Yes, they have Shepard, but that's a big – and Irving's been out the last couple of games. That NFC South is pretty open, and if Atlanta's not contending for it, I think you're going to see Morris gone at the end of the year.
Yeah, I don't say it's wide open. Look at. I know they lost last night. Lions fans got pissed at me this morning because while I said the Lions played really good and gave them props, last night was also the worst we've seen Baker Mayfield in 2 years. Like they moved the ball on the Lions. Sure enough, they moved the ball, But then, but Baker was off on a lot of throws that he normally makes. Oh, but we got all this pressure. Baker's always under pressure. The pressure to Baker, please, he's better under pressure than he is without it. I mean, last night was probably his worst individual game that I've seen him play in forever. He missed a lot of throws he normally makes, and it wasn't because of the pressure. He just had a bad day. I don't think that South is wide open. I mean, it's Baker's to lose.
No, I'm not saying wide open, but I think it should come down to Tampa and Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta should at least be in second place, and if for some reason they're not, if Carolina passes them in the standings, then Morris is gone.
Yeah, because, I mean, Carolina they've gotten better. Carolina has gotten better. There's no question about that. They're a better football team. They're not
better with Andy Dalton
yet. Huh?
Are they better with Andy Dalton?
I think so, because they've established that running game and they've established their defense. Whether it's Bryce Young or Andy Dalton, I don't think makes a big difference. They'll get the passing game
Andy
down
Dalton
next year.
Is looking to get the start this week.
Bryce Young's been playing good ball, though. That's the thing.
I still think that they're looking, because Bryce Young's hurt. They're still looking 7 wins. They're looking down the barrel at 7 or 8 wins, which if they win 7 or 8 games,
that's really good.
Okay. I think that's the improvement that I had them doing. And, next year they get themselves a quarterback in the draft or in free agency, and there you go.
Bryce Young is actually, it's funny because we were talking about this morning too. It's a tale of two quarterbacks. Like Bryce Young now is he's more battle tested in a weird way than CJ Stroud. He's actually in some ways a much better quarterback than CJ Stroud right now. CJ Stroud is living off his rookie season still. If you watched him last night, CJ Stroud looked absolute like trash last night. I mean, he can't hold on to the ball.
An offensive line that's horrible.
But so does Bryce Young, or so did Bryce Young. Like right now, I would take Bryce Young over CJ Stroud. But with Bryce, like, okay, I got to keep him healthy, and that's the same thing with Minnesota. Like JJ, dude, you're in year 2 of JJ. He has still been on the bench with injury this year, more games than he's played.
Yeah.
So is JJ really the answer in Minnesota?
No,
we don't know.
But like,
remember
you
when we were doing our picks and all that stuff? Remember when we were talking about the NFC North before the season started? All of us said, to a man, the division and the Vikings 100% depend on number 9. Is he a quarterback that can make a difference? Or is he just a guy that's going to be there as an average guy? We haven't even found that out yet.
No. I mean, he had a good game against the Bears in week 1. That was a very dysfunctional team with a bunch of bad penalties, and they barely won that game. If this were the Bears, that week 1 was the Bears of this week that just played, they would have killed them. Now look at that. By the same token, they just played really good against the Eagles. I mean, but they're in last place now, and they probably stay there. The Packers are still dysfunctional. Their offense is not that good. It's okay. Micah Parsons is the only reason they didn't lose to the Cowboys. Micah Parsons is literally the only reason they didn't lose to Arizona. He saved their asses twice already. So great trade for them, but it's not good enough for them to win a division. And even though they're in first place because of the tie, they're not going to win that division. At the end of the day, they're not going to win that division after they play the rest of the division again, especially the way they are now.
Shoelace.
Yeah. The Lions showed out last night, but honestly, the Lions, while they're going to win the division, their window is getting narrow. They're still the team to beat, but if the Bears get the running game and their passing game to both click at the same time, dude, like I said, the only team in the league averaging 21 have scored at least 21 points a game in every game. If they get that figured out there, that's going to be the most dangerous team in the NFC, and you're not going to want to face them. I mean, that's what you're looking at right now. And I think the Lions are going to be really dangerous. The Packers, I don't know what their issue is. Their secondary is suspect. The running game goes as Josh Jacobs' injury does, and their offensive line's hurt. And then Minnesota, quarterback conundrum, and their offensive line sucks, and they have no running game right now.
And their defense is hurt too.
Yeah. So I mean, this season is not. It is what we thought it would be in some ways, but with none of us had the Colts at best record in the league. Go figure
that was not on my bingo card.
No,
we had them as one of the worst teams in football. In fact,
yeah, we did. Jacksonville is boomer bust, like we said they would.
It's like they listened to our show and said, "Fuck you guys."
Yeah. Here's the big middle finger to all 10 of you guys.
Look at Jacksonville is living up to what we said. They're a boomer bust. The Commanders, they're what I said they were, an overachieving team. If you look at Denver, they were an overachieving team last year, and they're still overachieving this year a little bit. But the Texans, they're not that good. They're okay for their division. Outside of their division, they're not a threat. In the AFC, they're more of a threat because right now the AFC is weaker. Dylan's boyfriend, his favorite team, Patrick Mahomes and company, they're looking like they're rebounding, but they're only looking good because the Bills laid 2 eggs in a row.
No way. I think these Chiefs are back.
The Bills' offense the last 2 games was absolutely horrid. My fantasy team reflects it.
Well, with Josh Allen having the bye, I still pulled off three wins this week on Monday Night Football. I have no idea how that happened.
Well, Josh Allen, this is how bad their offense has been. Josh Allen's been, his stats are terrible. Their last 2 games, and they have no running game because Cook has gotten next to nothing going. And so the last 2 games, like Buffalo just completely shit the bed offensively, which put their defense in a really bad position. And they shit the bed for 2 weeks in a row. And I think they kind of got surprised by New England, and then they didn't recover the following week. And so I expect if they should be back this next week, but they shit the bed 2 weeks in a row.
Well, you were talking about last night, Adam. I went into last night in my big league. I went in down 28 points. I have Baker and Evans.
Evans goes out.
I should walk with that. I should have walked with that. I lose by 16.
So I beat Woody this week, but I had to rely on Goff. I had Goff and K. Dotton going. And guess who won me the game?
K. Dotton.
That's how it was. K. Dotton, not Goff. That's how bad Detroit's passing game was yesterday. But like the Bears,
for Jahmyr Gibbs, Detroit loses.
And you know what's interesting? None of us were aware it was National Running Backs Day until they talked about it on Sunday Night Football. But then you look back at this last week, the running backs did dominate this week, man. They did.
Running backs dominated last week too.
Yeah. So, looking forward to the games this week. Out. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's 10:30, guys. I know I'm getting my ass kicked tomorrow. Boss already texted me.
It looks like I got some of the X thing. Some of the X thing is fixed. I kind of screwed it up a little bit tonight, Rich, from what we talked about earlier. But my plan did work a little bit better. I know we got 44 people from X on my feed right now, but I'll fix. I'm going to see if I can get that fixed for next week, and then we'll do instead of my YouTube, we'll do my new Rumble, which I'm setting up tomorrow.
Yeah, I was just looking at Rumble a little while ago.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Rumble. Guess I should, huh? What's
this
other one too? What's the other one? Rav use it kick?
Yeah, kick something or another. Yeah. There are all these different places. X, but X is just not a place you're going to make. We don't make any money on X with podcasts. We could have 1,000 people watching us right now on X, and that literally makes us 0 cents. Even if they watch us for the entire hour and a half, and we got 500,000 minutes watched, we still make 0 cents. We do this because we love to do it, not because we're trying to make money. But hey, if we can make a little bucks to pay for our subscriptions that we need for doing this stuff, that would be nice. Just have the hobby pay for itself, kind of thing. That'd be nice.
Right.
So, by the way, when you go follow these guys on their X accounts, that little tip jar, throw these guys, throw all these guys like a $2 tip, or if they have a buy me coffee link on there, go hit the link, buy them a coffee, give them $3 or $5. Because guys, we all of us for StreamYard, for X, we're all paying to be able to broadcast this stuff to you. So go hit their tip jars or to buy me a coffees or whatnot.
But hey, you can get me at Sports Talking It on Twitter, guys. You can also get me on Driving to the Top Productions. I want to thank everyone that is watching on the YouTube channel right now. I know it's not showing up, and Ken, I want to ask you about that afterwards. So, but anyway, you can get me there. You can get me at Driving to the Top. You can get me and the guy to the left here, on my left, tomorrow night at 9. Actually, we might go earlier tomorrow, huh, Rich? We might go 8 o'clock because Jay wants to go earlier. So, Ken, there's a chance you might see this lovely face tomorrow night on the Jeremy show.
Oh, nice.
Depending on what time we wrap up. But yeah, guys, just to let you know, we might go at 8 o'clock tomorrow. Jason has asked us to go early, so we might do that for him. Yeah, that's how you get me. Whoever wants to go next.
You can get me at Ken the Bear Fan on X, Ken the Bear Fan on YouTube, at the Huddle Sports Network on your Roku and Fire TV. Just go to the app finder and those two, type in Huddle Sports Network. You can get me on there for the Ken and Ken in the Morning Show and House Hall shows I do every week. You can catch me here, of course. Oh, look, and speaking of JB, you can catch me on JB's YouTube, which is, was it JB?
Kneecap biting with the Motor City Lions.
There you go. You can catch me there for most shows. But the X is where you can catch everything I do. In fact, if you go to my X, I just did a show with Snoop Van Poop that we pre-recorded and released it today. That's an hour-and-a-half long show. We covered football, politics, a little bit of everything. So you can get a little bit of the politics side of the house. We had some fun with it. That's when you catch me. And for next week, pay attention to the socials. I'm going to be launching probably tomorrow. I'll be launching a Rumble, so be on the lookout for that.
Jeremy, nice to see you. As you see, we're closing up.
Yeah, you got here just in time to say bye.
Yeah, sorry, we did a 2-hour show. It started at 8:30, and I just got done.
Hey, well, look at the first thing we had JB do. The first thing we had JB do when he got here was plug his YouTube channel. I mean, how good are we?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and share it to there because I like getting the views even after the show. So let me add that real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll give you time.
You can get me on Twitter. It's BigRich8371 on Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it this week. Facebook, it's just my name, Rich Richardson. Hit me up. We'd love to get a chance to talk about all sorts of different sports things. And like Adam said, tomorrow night, Steel City Sports Talk. We'll hit that. Normally, it's at 9 Eastern, 8 Central, but tomorrow it's probably going to be a little earlier to accommodate our special guest as we talk Steelers, Packers, and we'll go from there.
FTP. Fuck
next.
Yes, let's do it right. FTP. Fuck the Packers.
Packers suck.
Oh wait, I'm sorry.
Jamie, you're up, dude.
There you go, Jamie. Hold on.
Nope.
There you go.
Anyway, you guys can follow me, yours truly, at Bill's Chat 1 at Bill's Mafia Chat, and also at Jamie Malloy, the unbiased journalist on DJ Dog Tags, on Twitter, X, and theforkball.com, where I write about all sports. You can catch me here on Driving to the Top Productions every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock p.m., where my co-host Joe Dalio and I just recorded our 9th episode of Season 3 of the Buffalo Sports Conversation Room. So make sure you guys go check that episode out. That you can catch me every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock p.m. on this same network with Adam, Big Rich, Big Hoss, Marcus, Jeremy B, Ken, and all the guys that drive into the huddle on Open Sports Mic, where anything goes, like the musical. That you can catch me every Wednesday night at 9 o'clock p.m. with Jeremy, Ken, and all of his wonderful crew on the Huddle Sports Network. Make sure to subscribe to the Huddle Sports Network and catch us on Roku TV, Fire Stick on that platform. And then starting on Thursdays in March, Adam, Jeremy, Marcus, and I will be doing the revamped UFL for season 3. Thank you guys so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Driving to the Top Productions. Don't forget to like, comment, and ring the bell for notifications, and make sure you press all to get all notifications, not just personal. And thank you guys for listening. And for all of us here on Driving to the Top Productions, I'm Jamie Molay, and this has been another episode of Tuesday Night Open Sports Mic Night. See you next week, everybody. Good night, folks.
Jeremy, you want to throw in your plugs?
Sure. You can watch me on my channel, which is Kneecap Biting with the Motor City Lions, where I'm live 10 times a week, because I share this show to my channel too, where I'm live with Driving to the Top Production Boys on Open Mic Night. And we also have Thursday nights where I do Fire Up with the South Florida Tribune. And earlier I was with the South Florida Tribune talking football, college and pro all day. 14 topics with 7 guests is way too much.
Holy cow. That JJ kid's awesome.
And what JJ is on our show exclusively, and I like him. But
Yeah,
I do have an interesting tidbit for this week's
I was
game
telling
for
Rich,
you.
you gotta check this kid out, man.
Yeah, you watch us Thursday night. But listen to this one. If the Steelers win, Aaron Rodgers will have beaten every team in the NFL, and no QB has ever done it.
Yep.
If the Packers win, it'll be the first time they've won in Pittsburgh since 1970.
I thought Tom Brady beat every team.
No.
Yeah, Brady did.
Drew Brees did too.
And so did Drew Brees.
They said they didn't. But on this one post, they said it would be the first time.
And actually,
I'm just reading what it was.
You can also catch all of JB's shows, every single one he does, at Ken the Bear Fan on X as well.
Absolutely. I share them. I guess you can put it on my show too, because I can't share your shows because if I watch them live, I share them from there and it comes up with me. Rich, you got Rich?
4 guys. Favre,
4 guys.
Manning, Breeze, and Brady.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's still an elite list.
Yeah, he'd be the 5th.
Yeah. He would be number 5.
Sure.
I hate to say it, but I want to see him do it because how's it go, JB?
Packers suck.
So they're going to be closet Steeler fans this week there, Adam.
Yes, we are, Adam.
We are closet whoever plays the Packers every week.
Yep.
All right, kids. Well, hey, we will see you again here next Tuesday, 9 p.m. And
I got one more thing to add. If we were going by intimidation factor of the mascot, a guy that packs boxes at UPS is not that intimidating.
There you go. He's a meat packer, though, not a packer for.
Oh, that's even better yet.
Well, Packers like to pack meat. We know that. That's how they roll in Green Bay.
White Bay Fudge Packers. Anyway.
Yeah, you might want to end this before we really go off the rails, guys.
Oh,
right? I'm ending this. We'll see y'all next Tuesday.
Have a good one, guys.